guaranteed salary, job stability, and above average flexibility. These are all some of the reasons that becoming a loan officer has become so popular. Loan officer actually ranks number 8 in Forbes' best business jobs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects 3.2% growth in the loan officer field from 2019 to 2029. And in that period, an estimated 10,000 jobs should open up. So becoming a loan officer is not for the faint at heart, but it provides a ton of benefits. But one of the hardest parts of being a loan officer is getting business. I feel like this is the part that trips most people up, and I've gotten so many of you who ask me for tips on how to get business as a loan officer, and ultimately that's how you make money. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I wish I would have known starting out as a beginner loan officer. I'm going to talk about how to overcome instability in the market to keep your income consistent, how to get business as a newbie, and how to drive more business as a loan officer. I'm gonna share with you all my little insider secrets, what I wish I would have known, and how to get business and make money as a loan officer. Thank you so much to Karma for sponsoring this video. Karma is formerly ShopTagger, which I've talked about a lot. Karma is actually an app and Chrome extension that uses clever technology to ensure you never miss a price drop or a coupon code. I love Karma because I am so busy as a mortgage loan officer and I do most of my shopping online. Let me show you guys how it works. Go to Karma's website, which I've linked below. And if you don't already have one, you'll need to create an account. Once you do that, you'll want to download the browser button by clicking Connect Now and Download. And you're going to add the extension to your Chrome browser. And you can go to any of your favorite stores and you will see that Karma browser button there, and you can actually move and drag the button up and down for convenience. You can save an item by clicking on the button, and once you've done that, you can get notifications via email or mobile push when an item you've saved goes on sale, or if it has a relevant coupon, or if it comes back in stock. Now that COVID is letting up a little bit, I'm going to start going back to loan closings like I did before. So I did want to make a list of some really cute work clothes and snag them when they go on sale. The great thing about Karma is that you can create lists and the products get saved, and then you can organize them into multiple wish lists, and then that way you can shop more mindfully and intelligently, which could help reduce the amount of impulse buys you make. Karma also uses really clever technology to scan the web for coupon codes, and it applies them at checkout automatically. But this is a special feature you only get through the web browser on your computer, so definitely make sure you download that button. And what's even better is that you can actually earn cash via PayPal when you shop from select retail partners. So yeah, Karma's all around a great money saving and shopping tool. I definitely encourage you guys to check it out. Click the link below, and to save as much money as possible, download Karma on your computer and your phone. Hey bees, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Ciara. I do videos on finance and lifestyle. I'm a full-time mortgage loan officer, and I've helped hundreds of people to buy houses and build wealth. So I take everything I know and I've learned and I share it with you in hopes that you will build wealth also. So you are a brand new loan officer and you need to make money, you need to start closing loans. That means you've got to start getting business. So where do you start? There aren't people just running to you to have them do your loans. You, for the most part, are responsible for acquiring your own clients, which is probably the hardest thing to do in this industry. So here's some tips on what you can do to bring in business and make some money. All right, so number one way, the first thing you're gonna do as a newbie loan officer, number one way to get business is word of mouth. The first thing you wanna do when you become a loan officer to get business is to tell your family and friends. Why? Because they are more likely to trust you in the beginning and trust you as a loan officer with their loans. They know that you're not going to screw them over. Like, they've known you for years. They trust you, right? So they're more likely to give you business straight off the bat. Go through your phone, go through your Rolodex, go through your contacts, like whatever you have to do on social media, make an announcement, make some calls, send out flyers, whatever you have to do. Make sure each and every one of your family members and friends now knows that you're a loan officer. They know what you do, and tell them to send you business. You'll also be able to get business from current clients. So once you do start closing a loan, you want to make sure that you really put forth your best effort and you give your clients excellent service so that they will then tell their friends. Those friends will tell their friends. Those friends will tell those friends. Make sure that all your borrowers and your clients have as good of an experience as possible. You work your hardest for them. You do your best for them. And if they had a good experience, if they felt like you worked hard for them or you saved them some money or whatever it is, they are going to tell people they know. And also, your current clients, that's an easy way to get business because then you have clients that come to you. So client referrals are absolutely great for getting business and they don't take that much work. You just have to treat your clients really well, make sure that they feel good about your work, and then they will recommend other people to you. As a loan officer, you're going to interact with a lot of different people in the real estate industry. These people can also be the key to referrals and you bringing in business. So people like insurance agents, you're going to interact with them a lot. They can send you business. CPAs, attorneys, other loan officers that may, not do loans in a state you do loans in, or there may be a loan officer at a bank and you guys like exchange clients. If you aren't able to do anything for a client or the bank isn't able to do anything for a client, you can send clients to each other so that you can gain more business that way. And of course, real estate agents, which I'm going to delve into more next. Okay, real estate agents. Listen up because this is important. Real estate agents tend to be where most loan officers get the bulk of their clients. Just hands down, that's usually the number one way you're going to get clients. So that's no secret. But how on earth do you get agents to start sending you clients though, especially if you're brand new to the business? And let's not forget, most real estate agents have a lender that they already like to use, or a group of lenders that they already use, stick with, feel comfortable with, trust, all of that. So you being a brand spanking new loan officer walking onto the scene, going up to a real estate agent and asking them for business, it's not going to happen most likely. Not like that, at least. So here's some tips and here's some ways I figured out of how to develop those real estate agent relationships to where they send you business. With working with a real estate agent, it's about relationship. It's not about, hey, I'm new, I'm really great, send me business. You're gonna have to develop a rapport with agents. If you just go to an agent and you ask for business, that's not gonna do anything. You're not entitled to anything. You have to prove yourself in the industry. You have to develop long-term relationships with people. Then they start sending you business. But I'm going to share with you guys some hacks or things I learned on how you can get that going more quickly or right away. Number one, brand new real estate agents. This is one of the best ways to get a real estate agent on board when you yourself are new. Target new real estate agents who are brand spanking new as well. That way you're not having to deal with them already having, a ton of lenders that they use, or already having developed strong relationships that they don't want to break. They're new to the industry as well. And as much as you want to break into the industry and build relationships and get your name out there and get clients, they do too. So if you know of someone who's just graduated from real estate school and passed their tests, those are good people to team up with. If you have family or friends who are real estate agents, of course, they're good to team up with because they already trust you. But building relationships with the brand new real estate agents is super, super key as a new loan officer to building relationships. And then that way you guys can start a long-standing relationship. A new real estate agent is going to tear away that barrier that most real estate agents have in the fact that they already have lenders that they're dealing with and people they like to use and things like that. They're new to the industry, you're new to the industry, you guys team up and you both bring business in together. Okay, so another way to get real estate agents on board and send you business is to send them business. I don't know why more loan officers don't do this, but when I was new to the industry and starting out and, just meeting realtors, talking with them, going to coffees, I would ask them, what's your number one issue with your current lenders or lenders you've dealt with in the past? They always say, the number one answer that they always say is communication. If you can nail down communication, then realtors are going to flock to you eventually. Now, one way to get them on board early without having to have already had to prove yourself is to send them business. It's a rule of reciprocity. You don't even have to ask for business. If you send them business, they're automatically going to send you business back. And I feel like when you're working with another person and you're doing a business partnership transaction, it should be mutually beneficial. A lot of loan officers just take leads from real estate agents and they never give them to their real estate agents. So one way that I was able to get realtors on board as a new loan officer was to send them leads myself. People don't always go to the real estate agent first. Some of them will come directly to your company and come to you as a loan officer to get approved and get the process started. So many times when clients come directly to me, they don't already have a real estate agent. They may have one kind of in mind, or they may have seen some, but most agents won't take you out shopping for houses until you're pre-approved. So when people come to the loan officer first, you're able to give them a realtor referral. You're able to refer that client to a realtor, and that realtor gets a fresh client already pre-approved. That's so valuable to an agent because they don't have to worry about going through the approval process with the client, worrying about a client that's not already approved, trying to figure out how much they can afford. They're already pre-approved, ready to go. That's like an easy purchase agreement, right? All you have to do at that point is find them a house. So use the clientele that you get that don't have real estate agents to refer to an agent you want to work with, and then they'll be more likely to send you business as well. Okay, weekly sales meetings. Most real estate brokerages have weekly sales meetings. Obviously with COVID, it's a little different now, but what I used to do back in the day before COVID, when I first started being a loan officer, was go to there's different branches of Keller Williams, for example. One location, they would have meetings every Wednesday. Another location would have meetings every Thursday. And that's a weekly meeting where all the real estate agents come together and they talk about their sales goals and what they've hit and just various things. So reach out to these brokerages, real estate companies, and ask if you can speak at one of their meetings. That way you have access to multiple realtors all at once. And hopefully you can meet some realtors and start developing connections with them and eventually have them send you business. Coffees, lunches, dinners, events. This is a part where you want to take a realtor out to lunch. If you have a realtor you're interested in getting to know, you need to make an effort to get to know them outside of them just coming to your office and you doing a loan. A lot of this business is about relationship, and people work with who they like, right? It's not always what you know, but it's who you know. People work with who they like. So at the beginning, especially, try to take some of the formality out of it. You still want to be professional, obviously. You want to be professional, you want to be safe, but try to develop a relationship, a real friendship with this person. So maybe you guys go grab coffee, or maybe you guys go grab drinks one day. Maybe you guys go to dinner or lunch, or you go take a yoga class, whatever it is. Try to find fun ways to connect with realtors that's not so much like business and give and take and like, hi, my name is Ciara, I'm a new loan officer, can I have some business? It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to develop a relationship. So start thinking outside of the office, outside of the box, to meet some real estate agents and start developing relationships so that you all can send each other business. Seminars. So as a loan officer, especially once COVID lifts, you'll start doing more like first-time home buyer seminars and just seminars to get your name out there. What I would do is set up a seminar with a real estate agent, partner with them so that they can bring in clients, you can bring in clients. People are always wanting to go to a first-time home buyer seminar, or they're always wanting to learn about the process. So that's a great way for you to partner with a realtor, and then that way any clients that come to the seminar and then they want to buy, you guys can work with together. What I used to do sometimes is do like first-time home buyer seminars, and I would, for the people that came, I would partner up with a realtor. They invite people, I invite people, group of people come, we do the seminar together, and then at the end, I do pre-qualifications for everyone. For the people who are pre-qualified and want to go ahead and apply, that's instantly a lead that both of you can use to work together, work that loan together, and then you'll be able to see how they work, they'll be able to see how you work, and hopefully you've developed a good rapport, and then you can start working on more deals together. They can send you more business, you can send them more business. Open houses and open house tours. So the biggest thing I can say is to develop a genuine relationship, and that's how you will build a good working relationship together. I wish at the beginning I would have taken that approach more. I think I was so determined on like being professional and like, it's just the real estate industry is a different world than regular corporate America. You got to move a little bit differently. Things work differently. So if you're a new loan officer and you can start understanding that now, then you're going to be better off than I was. So another way to get business is to get leads or to get business from your company. Now, here's the deal. Every company is different. So when I started out, I was given leads, basically meaning my company gave me a list of people who were interested in buying at some point, and all I would do is they would give it to me and I would go down the list and just call each one, try to get people pre-qualified. Then from the group of people that were pre-qualified, I'd try to get some applications from that. From those applications, I'd try to get some pre-approvals, which turn into loans. So you see how that works. So especially when you're brand spanking new, if your company gives you leads, that's a great way to help you, get started and get going, while you're building your name and your reputation and your business relationships, all, your clients, all of that. That's a great way to get you kind of off the ground. So for those of you who, are already with a company, you obviously want to, ask your management about it. If you are not yet a loan officer, but you're like studying for the test, or you're working on it, or you're thinking about it, make sure when you're looking for a company to join or to get hired by, that's one of the questions that you ask them if they give you leads starting out, or if they kind of just throw you into the fire. Because I'll say this, most companies don't just give you leads to start off, they pretty much throw you into the fire. So if you can find a company that will give you leads to start off, then that's going to be best, and that's one way to bring in business as a new loan officer. If you're able to do that, even if you're only able to get, say, one lead or one loan from the leads your company gives you, you have that one loan, which means you have that one borrower or borrowers, and you treat them really well, do really good on their loan so they can tell their friends, and those friends can tell their friends. So you see how that works? Everything is relationship building at the end of the day when it comes to bringing in business, keeping it, and driving it. Anything you can do at the beginning to get that foundation and get those first few clients, including if your company gives you leads, then that's what you need to do. Marketing, number 4, marketing. This is a big one. This is a huge part of how to bring in business is marketing, but like, what do you do and where do you start and what's the best way? Okay, y'all already know what I'm gonna say. Number 1, social media. Hello, it's free. You have access to hundreds and thousands of people. That is literally the most effortless way to bring in business. People can't come to you for business if they don't know about you. A lot of it is being your own biggest cheerleader and marketing. And literally, like I said, the first day you are working as a loan officer, I would go to social media and make a Facebook post, make an Instagram post, make a YouTube video. I would do everything you can to let people know, I'm a loan officer, I'm accepting clients, are you interested in home buying? Let me get you pre-qualified, kind of thing, you know. And then that's where, you know, you can start with your family and friends and then eventually bring in other people. So you guys know my story personally, and this is again something I wish I would have known earlier. I was working in the industry for years before I started talking about it on YouTube. But once I started talking about it on YouTube, I was able to open myself up to a lot more people. I was able to get my name out there more, and therefore I was able to start bringing in more clients. That actually wasn't the purpose of me making the videos. It was kind of a byproduct. So I learned from doing that social media is really important to driving your business, because yes, getting business is the hard part, but then also continuing to develop more leads and to get more business is hard as well. As a loan officer, you're always thinking a month ahead. Why? Because you get paid when loans get closed. So if I'm in April, that means I need to be getting my loans for May. It takes on average 30 days to close a loan. So if you are trying to make money to pay your rent for May, that means, baby girl, you need to, or boy, that means you need to be hustling to get some loans in your pipeline in April. So you're past the loans you got, you know, closing in April. You're trying to get loans for May. So you're always thinking forward. You're always trying to close. You're always selling, always closing kind of thing. You're always thinking about the next and the next month and getting more clients and driving business. So you have to continue to work at it. It's not anything that ever stops. I continue to work at it. I have to still work at it, you know. It's always going to be a part of the job. So if you are not comfortable with marketing yourself, making posts on social media, bringing in clients that way, then you're gonna make it a little bit harder for yourself. Social media is important and priceless, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. When I decided to incorporate social media into my marketing, or, you know, whatever, my business, then it completely changed my life, you know. Instead of having to, you know, constantly try to network with realtors and constantly trying to go out and get buyers and going to all these open houses and seminars and this and that, I was able to start bringing in clients who wanted to work with me. I was able to start bringing in real estate agents that want to work with me. So it completely changed the game for me. So that's why I say you can't be scared. You have to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Put yourself out there. Be your biggest fan. Post on social media. Of course, the old school way of making flyers, business cards, mailers, all those things work to get your name out there and to draw in business. I mean, loan officers do benches, billboards. I've seen signs in the mall. There's all sorts of ways you can advertise. So actual literal advertising is another way that you can bring in business. TV appearances. I learned this when I was working in neuroscience research. So I got a job in neuroscience research, and I had to be a recruiter as well as a neuropsychologist, but I had to be a recruiter and recruit people for the study. So pretty much my job, they sent me to a random city that like no one lived in, and I had to recruit all the participants for the study, and I had like a goal number. I think I had to recruit like 300, I can't remember. So they didn't provide me, I think they provided me like a few to start with, but they were like, okay, go get participants, go get clients. And so I had to learn how to recruit people, how to bring people in. And the easiest thing for me, what I knew was the quickest way to reach the most amount of people, the easiest way in the shortest time, TV. So that was what I did when I had that job. I would go on TV, on the news. I think I made 2 or 3 news appearances. and just told people about the study and encouraged people to join, and I was able to hit my goal, and I think I got past it because I was able to get the word out there via the news, so people, you know, would call and register for the study. So if you can get on the news or any kind of TV appearance, that's going to be great. And then of course you have paid advertising. So don't be afraid to use paid advertising. I do know that paid advertising on things like Facebook works. You can do paid advertising for YouTube, Instagram. You can do paid advertising for any social media now. So don't be afraid to do paid advertisement if it's something you can afford, even if it's just a little bit, to give you that extra little push. And then of course, if you're paying advertising fees, it is tax deductible. So that is another way to market yourself. And the last way is co-branding or co-marketing. So you can start teaming up, kind of like how I said, like with the seminars and the first-time home buyers, you can team up with real estate agents to do marketing. You could actually team up with an insurance agent. You could team up with whoever to do marketing, but team up with someone, likely an insurance agent, that you can do co-marketing with, meaning if you guys are going to advertise on Zillow or do a commercial or a bench or a billboard or whatever it is, some form of paid advertising, you guys can go in half. So the realtor pays half, you pay half, and then you guys are able to bring in business together. That's also a great way to create a relationship with a real estate agent. But it does not have to be a realtor. It can be an insurance agent. It can be anyone, but co-brand and co-market so that you can kind of kill two birds with one stone. And if you're low on funds, this is another great way to get some paid advertising. Okay, so those are some ways you can bring in business, especially as a new loan officer. I do have kind of some overall general takeaway, take-home tips and hacks for you. And these are just some general take-home tips and hacks to help you start building and driving business. Things I wish I would have known and which should help you. Number one, become more social and make it a lifestyle. So I briefly touched on getting outside, thinking outside of the office and outside of the box. In this industry, you really have to lean into your social skills, right? So you're gonna need that in terms of meeting real estate agents, meeting clients. Become more social and make it a lifestyle. So that doesn't mean just going out to coffee with a realtor. It means in everything you do, you're always thinking about ways to get clients. You may be in a store and you overhear the person behind you in line talking about wanting to buy a house. That's where you come in and you're like, hey, I do loans. Like what kind of, or you just talk to the person. You don't even have to say I do loans. You can just talk to them and be like, oh, like you're buying a house? Cool. Like what kind of house? Like, you know, so just in general, you want to become more of a social person. Believe it or not, I'm not that much of a social person. I'm kind of a homebody and an introvert most of the time. So that was hard for me. Like I had to force myself to get out the office. I had to force myself to meet people. I had to force myself to put my name out there. And like I said, for a while, I didn't even put this content on YouTube. So I had to force myself to start doing that. So push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit to meet people, to talk to people, and that helps you get your name out there. That helps you bring in clients. So the second thing is, again, just develop relationship. Remember, a borrower can go to pretty much anywhere. As long as they're qualifiable, approvable, they can go to anywhere and get a loan. What is a reason for them to work with you? You have to be able to offer relationship. You have to offer those intangible benefits. You have to offer a form of a connection. So it doesn't just go with like, I'm trying to get real estate agents, let me develop a relationship. It's also borrowers. Everything is relationship in this business and building rapport. So really get that in your head. Instead of trying to make business partners, almost think about it as trying to make friends. And that's going to get you really far, and it'll help you start bringing in more business without trying as much. While you're building business, make sure to manage your reputation. This is something that I learned very quickly early on. When you are a brand new loan officer, you are desperate to get business. I don't want to say desperate, but like you are really trying to get business and you're trying to get real estate, you're trying to get realtor relationships and things like that. Being in that position can cause you to take on very difficult, complex loans that nobody else will do. And that in turn can cause a lot of stress. The more of those you do, the more you become the trash can loan officer. Don't become that loan officer, because what's going to happen is if you become that loan officer that takes all the difficult files and the trash files and the files no one approves or wants, so a realtor sends it to you as a last resort. If you take those, make sure that you are diversifying your loan types and you're not just taking all difficult, hard, low credit loans, because you will become known for that. People, if you start doing nothing but like mobile homes, then you're going to be known as the mobile home loan officer. If you start taking all 500 credit scores, then you're going to be known as the low credit score loan officer, and you don't want that. You want to be able to take loans that are the cream of the crop. You know, there's going to be difficult loans no matter where you are in the gamut of loan officers. Whether you're beginning, I get difficult loans now. You're always going to have loans that are difficult or complex, more or less. Every now and then one may pop up, but don't allow yourself to get bogged down by those. If you have a ton of complex files, you will not last in this industry, because you can't go on forever like that. You need to be able to have some files that are just easy to get through, easy to deal with, especially as a beginner, because you don't know that much and you want to protect your reputation. So protect your reputation at all costs. Don't become the trash can loan officer. Also, this is definitely a side note, but you want to make sure that you save, because the whole point of bringing in business is to get clients, to close loans, to make money, to live, and to live a good life, right? So also you're going to have to manage the ups and downs of the market, right? So how much you're going to make, how many loans you get, probably is going to vary with what the market is doing in the seasons, in the time of year. So like prime home buying season is like that March to August time frame, when kids are out of school, people have gotten their tax returns, it's warmer, people want to go look at houses. So that time is when you're probably going to be your busiest and when you're going to make your most money. Do expect that like fall, the dead of winter, things can sometimes slow down just in general, or if there's crazy things going on in the market, like we just had COVID last year, which completely like slowed down and or stopped some loans that I was working on. And I mean, I wasn't expecting that at all, but that's why it's so good, you know, especially as a new loan officer, because you may have months where you do crazy business and then you may have months that you don't do as many loans. You need to have like and learn the art of saving, so you always have always have money to fall back on in case you have a slow month. So when you're reading business, just keep this in mind. Make sure you're saving, make sure you're mindful of what time of year it is, what the market is doing, so that you can be prepared in case you aren't able to bring in a ton of business one month. And last but not least, be patient. Getting clients, building your pipeline, and building your client list is not something that happens overnight. You know, building these relationships with real estate agents does not happen overnight. You're not necessarily going to be a brand new loan officer and then, have 1 million in loans that same month. Know that there's like a learning curve, there's a learning period. Know that it's gonna take a little bit of time, and you'll build and build and build and build off, the clients that you do bring in. So be patient. Continue to work hard. It gets frustrating sometimes. It gets discouraging. I know, trust me, but just hang in there and stay persistent. This industry, you get out what you put in. So make sure that you're working hard and you're always trying to bring in clients, but you're being patient. Okay, honeybees, thank you so much for watching. I am literally losing my light right now, so this is going to be the end of this video, but I hope I was able to help some of you who are having a little bit of difficulty getting started, give you some ideas of how to bring in business. If there was something I missed or you weren't clear on, make sure to comment below in the comments or ask your question. Make sure to subscribe so you can be a part of the Honeybee fam. Hit the bell button so you'll know as soon as I upload, because I like to answer all comments in the first 24 hours of uploading a video. So if you have that button clicked, then you'll automatically know, and you can come ask me your question or make your comment that you want me to see. Definitely make sure to hit the thumbs up if you learned something. That does help me out. It helps me know what kind of content to create. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you to the bank and back, and I'll see you in my next video.